Aloha from Kilipohe, Keikani Aloha. I guess it's been a month or so since we did a garden update, so I thought I'd walk you around. Haoli just spent a bunch of time on this area here. Planted a couple of plumeria trees that were in pots and weeded all of this. Moved some kupu-kupu around, so this is all bordered with kupu-kupu right now, which is gorgeous. This is a native fern, not like these ones up at the top. These ones up here, they look similar, but they're not native. We have Suriname cherry. I don't know why that's so hard to say for me. Suriname cherry. And there's been quite a few that are ripe enough to eat, but they're kind of bitter and they give you bad breath. So I don't know that we're going to continue to eat them, but that's nice. Over here on the Pineapple Hill, I haven't counted recently, but I'm sure we got at least 20, probably more than that now. But some of them are going to be pretty big. That one, I think, is going to be pretty big, yeah. This one too, also pretty big. I mean, they're just little stumps now, but it's basically just a flower. But I think they'll be bigger than this one. This one's fattening it out real good. But still, you know, just size of a cantaloupe, I think, is where we stand right now. I just put fertilizer on all of this. Few more pineapples. This one's going to be big. That's going to be a big pineapple when it gets done. And that one, that's just the flower right now, and it's going to be pretty big. So cool. Some of the kalo looks pretty good. We've done all this work with bed. I think I covered these raised beds before. We've been doing a lot of planting. This is the dirt from bed 1, so it's piled up and just covered over, waiting to go in the ground. We have some watermelon radish and some kind of lettuce. I can't remember. The watermelons I planted, just seeded them in. And then these lettuces I transplanted from bed 1. This is carrots, carrot seed under the boards to keep them moist and keep them from blowing away. A couple of beets that were direct seeded, and they're starting to bulb a little bit. These other ones out here, these are beets, but I started them in cells and then transplanted them. We've got this is one of many kai choys that are spread all around because they're easy to deal with. And this is shishito peppers, which you can see little bitty peppers growing on there. The kalo, this is all transplanted from bed 1 over here, so it's really taken off. I mean, these leaves are really huge. These 2 beds here are going to be for lettuce and leafy vegetables. So this is all kai choi, 12 kai choys here, and then this is going to be some lettuce, which I'll show you here in a minute. The volunteer eggplants are, I mean, they look pretty good. They have a little bit of weirdness going on with the leaves here and there. There's some flowers. We've only had 1 eggplant off of them though. They're really not fruiting very much. I don't know what's up with that. Margot's doing pretty good. Don't say much about that. We've got some more transplanted kalo here, and more, you know, that's a kai choi that's just sitting there doing nothing. 4 more kai choi over here, a couple of zucchini plants. I'm trying to grow more zucchini These are the Kahlo from the Board and Stone class, which are looking pretty good. A little, not quite green enough for me, but maybe they need some nitrogen. These are my Kahlo. Hau'oli's Kahlo. They're all like the traditional method. I have mine in my own dirt. I'm putting regular fertilizer on them. More peppers. This one's a jalapeno. A few leftover radishes, kale. This is the volunteer tomato, which we've continued to get tomatoes off of. More Kahlo. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 cucumber plants, which are doing pretty good. And these are 4 or 6, maybe 8 green bean plants, which are growing like crazy now, which is awesome. Can't wait for those to come in. The little yellow peppers, which we're not really sure what kind they are doing really good. A rat or something decided that it really wanted tomatoes here. This is a volunteer tomato, and it's got some pretty big tomatoes. I mean, that's pretty substantial for a volunteer, but the rat or whatever it was decided to eat 3 or 4 of them, so I put 5 rat traps around it and put one of the tomatoes that it was eating. Let's see if I can find one of those little yellow peppers. I saw one yesterday. Oh, there it is. There we go. There's a little yellow pepper. Those will get much bigger and they'll turn orange in the end. Of course, the massive Hawaiian chili pepper plant is still going like crazy, and she's got tons of flowers. Hot chili peppers. Lemon jalapeno, more shishito, jalapeno. A volunteer marigold is doing really good. I'm gonna have to spray it with something for mites, because it's starting to get some mites. More kai choy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 is 21 kai choys. I just kind of planted all the kai choy I had and all the seeds because they were getting kind of old. These are more cucumber, more green beans. The idea here is that the green beans and the cucumber will grow up this trellis. That's the hope. Back here on the nursery table, this is where the lettuces that I was talking about are. These are from a friend. I just planted them out, and they're out here in the sun because they started looking a little leggy. I mean, they were only down 2 days, but man, I had to get them out in some sunlight. These are all different peppers, sweet bell peppers, and different kinds of peppers. This is ají dulce, and boy, these plants have really, these guys germinated probably at about the same time that this plant germinated, and they're just not doing much. Some snap peas that are just now coming up. We're going to try that. Some seeds from a friend. These are some small squashes. We've got some direct seed snap peas in here. I think there's eight seed spots in here. And now for the tomatoes. Tomatoes are doing awesome. Finally to the tomatoes. Oh, one wild guava there, almost ready to eat. It's a little green still, a good size. So the tomato house is going gangbusters. The indeterminate tomatoes are all here in the middle, so they can be suspended from ropes coming down from the ceiling. The determinate tomatoes are all on the sides. And, you know, we do have a few fruits. This is, I want to say, a Maritimo Roma tomato. And this is a Margarita tomato. This is Early Girl. More Maritimos, I think. Just really not doing very much. There's a few tomatoes on there, but not huge production. That's another margarita. This is one from a UH Haruki. But the ones that's really doing super good is the, what is this, Juliet Hybrid. I think this did really well last year, but we got one big bunch there, another big bunch down on the bottom, another big bunch here, more flowers. And this is all, that's all one plant. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 bunches of tomatoes on there. And then this is another plant that's the same Juliet Hybrid. And, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. This is N63 from UH. I never really had much luck with this one. I mean, I want it to be good because it's a locally supplied seed, but really, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they go. Over on this side, more early girl, the little red round ones. She almost looks like she's turning ripe. This one I think is a Haruki. Pretty good looking tomatoes there. Haruki. More early girl. No, this is Haruki. This is Haruki because I can tell because the ends of the flowers curl up like that. Margarita, I think this one. I can't tell. Yeah, Margarita. And another Haruki and another early girl. I don't know. So, I mean, we definitely going to have some tomatoes. How many tomatoes we're going to have, I'm just not really sure. Back here, this is kind of an experiment I did. This winter I soaked some seeds from our abio tree and then planted them out, and all of them came up, every single one of them. There's some problems with disease or something in a few of them. I will probably call these back to 1 per pot. This one looks really good. So, and then finally, last little tomatoes. These are more determinate tomatoes. In here, more early girl. You know, this plant doesn't look too bad. It's got some tomatoes on it, just not a ton. Another Haruki, another Martino Roma, Haruki. I don't know. I got them all fertilized. They all getting good water, but they're just not quite putting it all together. And I think that's pretty much it for the garden. We got some more watermelon, radish here, just a few stragglers left from the winter. Some more beets here and there. The strategy this year for planting, you can probably tell, is just when something's ready to go in the ground, find a place for it and put it in. With few exceptions. We're not segregating and planting, you know, different things in different places. That is to say, I mean, like this with the kai choy. You know, this is all kai choy here, but just because I had a bunch of kai choy that was ready, I put it in here. What's going to go in here, I have no idea. When something is ready, I'll put it in, and that's the way it'll go. That's how we ended up with, you know, lemon jalapeno peppers here next to marigolds, next to shishitos, next to some other kind of jalapeno, lemon jalapeno. Yeah, actually, this is regular jalapeno. So, that's the strategy, and we're going to go with that. So I've been spending a lot of time in the garden. We've been eating pretty good. We've got some carrots, a lot of radishes, a few tomatoes here and there. Oh, the jicamas, man. Some of those jicamas were 3 pounds. But we're just going to keep going, see how it goes. So there you go. That's it for now. Aloha.